Welcome back. Some much needed relief is on the way for San Diegans devastated by last month's flooding in Mountain View, Southcrest, and other neighborhoods. President Biden declared a major disaster for San Diego that opens up funding through FEMA. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is here tonight with more on the process and to get help and what's next. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
You know, first thing, just want to get right into it. Federal assistance made available. What's the most important for flood victims out there to know?
Go to disasterassistance.gov now and get registered. Start the process. That is the preliminary step to receiving the federal assistance that President Biden authorized on Monday. I think beyond that, file with your insurance company. Much of FEMA's assistance is predicated on being uninsured or underinsured, typically being denied by your insurance company, and they come in, and then save all the receipts. This is going to require a fair amount of documentation, but net, this is thousands of dollars of direct assistance to people in the impacted area, and is a validation of the challenges that we're experiencing as a community that's been impacted by a natural disaster.
And we put up for people disasterassistance.gov, also phone number 800-621-3362, and the FEMA app as well, other places to get help. It can sometimes be difficult to negotiate some of these different applications, websites. Is there going to be assistance from the city to help people to walk them through this if they need it?
Well, FEMA is going to be on the ground starting tomorrow to help people in person. So there's going to be disaster survivor assistance teams going out in the communities that are impacted. One team for the city of San Diego, so in the areas of Southcrest, Mountain View, Encanto, and then another team for the other areas that are impacted, places like National City, Spring Valley, elsewhere. We were all impacted by this situation. So those teams are going to go to door to door for the residents who may be watching. These will be uniformed FEMA personnel, and they'll be out there for a number of days. My administration is working closely with FEMA right now. We're hoping to stand up a central point, a one-stop shop in the community, probably by Monday. So we're currently working with them to identify a proper location. So point is, yes, you have the number, yes, you have the website, yes, you have the app, but you'll also have people coming to your door, and you'll have a place in your neighborhood where you can go to get help.
So hopefully that help will get to them. Do you have any idea, is there a cap on the amount of money both residents and businesses can get under this?
Yes and no. I mean, in terms of a direct grant award, the limit is around $47,000. Okay. This will not make people whole, but for many of the people that I've spoken to, and I've been on the ground in the area since the day of this flood, this will be transformational for many of those folks. It will help get people on their feet, help them bridge this time. There are also the undefined part of that is the fact that this also authorizes SBA loans, not just to businesses, but also to homeowners, and that amount is not defined. Okay. And that can help people with the needed repairs to affected properties.
And does this open up federal money for the city itself too, not just the victims?
To be determined. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get that out. To be determined. Sure. We're continuing to work with FEMA to forward our claims for damages. It's in the tens of millions of dollars. Carlo, this is not money that I had budgeted, right? This is a natural disaster. We did not anticipate this happening. You've seen MTS with a $20+ million railroad repair to get the trolley running again. Ours is measured in as much, if not more. So we're going to continue to work with FEMA on that. But first things first, let's help the people that are directly impacted. Folks, the 1,000 people who are living in a hotel with their children, with their pets tonight, that are being helped by the city and by the county. That's our first priority. We'll get to the city as soon as we can.
So the federal money, that's some good news, but there's also some news people are reacting to in the city of San Diego, a proposal that's being developed to perhaps have an individual standalone tax to pay for the storm drain system. People aren't happy hearing about that right now. Can you tell us, like, where do you stand on it, and what is that going to look like?
So what people are reacting to are comments from our city council president, who in the aftermath of the disaster made mention of his desire to see our stormwater enterprise run as an enterprise fund. Now, that's really complicated, and what he's focused on is one particular asset class, our stormwater system, and with good reason. You look what happens when we don't adequately fund it. But Carlo, it's not just our stormwater drains that need help. We also have our roads that need help, our public facilities. You've covered stories like the Ocean Beach Pier, which is currently closed with no defined plans right now on how we can reopen it, short of rebuilding it entirely. The point is this, Carlo, the amount of deferred maintenance in the city has been accumulating for decades. It now measures in the multi-billions of dollars, and that is not money that we have in our general fund, that money that we can divert from police and fire. So basically what I'm trying to say to you is that while the council president is focused on one asset class, my interest and my desire to fix is all of our asset classes, our roads, our stormwaters, our public facilities, and that's going to take probably a different intervention.
So you're not necessarily behind that standalone program at this point?
No, I want a more comprehensive solution. People
Total
are angry about our
infrastructure bill.
roads. They're angry about our roads. They're angry that their libraries and their rec centers, their piers are all in need of investment. Our dams, 100 years old, plus billions of dollars that we don't have, and we have to figure out a way to do this because, as you've seen, when you defer maintenance on public infrastructure, we all end up paying the bill.
And that leads into the, we can't go through this without addressing, there's still a lot of pain and a lot of anger from flood victims out there. They feel like the city failed them up front with maintenance that wasn't done in these storm drain systems and afterward in the relief efforts. What do you have to say to people who are very upset still and feel like they're not getting the support they need?
Well, I understand their frustration, and I would be frustrated too if I wasn't in my home, if I was struggling to get back into my home. The fact of the matter is this, that we have had city people on the ground in the affected neighborhoods from the night of the storm and going forward since. We as a city are sheltering 1,000 people tonight with the city's resources through our housing commission. We will continue to do our work. We have spent the last month lobbying President Biden, Governor Newsom, and others to get this designation. We have been relentless over the basically 1 month since this happened, and we're not stopping yet. While we can't help the things that have happened in terms of Mother Nature dumping an extraordinary amount of water into a handful of neighborhoods, we can work on the recovery going forward. Carlo, here's the thing. This is probably not going to be the last time we have to deal with this. The climate is changing. Things like this that we have never seen in San Diego before may become more common. We will learn from this experience and do better going forward.
We'll learn more about what we're going to need from that infrastructure system to fund it, to rebuild it, to maintain it. I want to put that full screen back up for people again, though. The reason you're out here telling people they can get assistance from FEMA, there it is again, disasterassistance.gov. Phone number is 800-621-3362, or get the FEMA app. And again, there will be people on the ground helping out, following up with that. Mayor Gloria, thank you for your time today.
Always my pleasure, Carlo.
Good to see you.